I am now recording. Everyone can record.
As in your recording screen.
And my mouth.
Cool, I'm recording too.
Cool.
I think what we could do is we could do audio sync clap. So
Ihsan.
Now hold the fuck on. Let me explain.
No, don't explain. Hit record. No, stop it.
Alright then. Alright. Jesus.
Oh. If anything, my rage will be the audio sync.
Wow.
I just look at waves, man. It's just going to be a thick wave. I'm going to be like, yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, shit.
Hold the fuck on.
Just see
now
Peg it sounds sparking.
Wow.
Through the screen. Through my Mac screen and out
right?
of his.
Bang.
Oh.
That's enough comfy.
Wait, hold on. What the hell's going on?
What?
What?
What's happening?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
You look like you're intently fixing something, Ihsan. What's going on?
Oh.
What did you break?
I am. I'm just setting up. I started recording.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. What?
I really want to sneeze right now.
Do it.
Oh.
Do it.
Oh my god, Luke, our collar's synced up. Oh no, it's gone again. Oh, never mind.
Oh, what, is yours doing the flash thing?
No, mine's doing the it's got like a slow fade.
Pulse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should I do mine?
It'll be like that, you know the DVD things where you wait for it to hit the corner.
Yeah. Nah, the lighting in his shit if I do that. Ah, there it is.
My only light on other than the TV. Oh god.
Right, we've been recording for 2 minutes and you still haven't fucking told us if you did your homework or not. Let's go.
What was it?
Ooh,
Oh, okay, right. So, Luke, do you remember how I called you like 2 days ago?
A little bit.
And I told you, like, I went on Flixify.
Do you know how far he got? Do you know how far he got?
I'm sniffing bullshit already.
He's
Do you know how far he got?
Sniffing bullshit.
How far did you get?
Oh shit.
He got to the titles, to the crawl.
And he stopped.
I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it.
You are kidding. You fucking
I
pussy.
don't know what it was.
You pussy.
Oh.
Absolute pussy.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. You're completely right. I don't know.
Yeah. You didn't even try.
Sci-fi.
I did though, didn't I? Because at least I
No, you
watched that
didn't.
part.
Because trying would have been watching the first film at least and going, nah, not for me. You got to the fucking opening sequence and went, I can't be arsed.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Disappointing.
I know.
Disappointed.
I know. Do you know what? I actually had a shitload of editing to do this week anyway, so, you know, fuck all y'all.
Excuses, schmooses.
Yeah, no, it's an excuse. Dude, shut up. I am going to watch it, and I'm actually going to start with episode 4, because after reading a lot of internet stuff, apparently that is actually one to definitely go for.
I think you'll appreciate. The thing is, starting by 1, then going 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, is that I feel like a little bit of appreciation is lost for how good 4, 5, and 6 are, in terms of like the special effects, in terms of, I mean, because it was a 70s.
Wait, 4, 5,
80s
4,
kind
5,
of
6 is Anakin, isn't it?
No, 4, 5, 6 is Luke.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, original. Okay, yeah, because of course they're switched. But yeah.
But
I feel like for the first watch through, release order might be the best, and that includes Rogue One, and
holiday special.
Oh god.
There's a holiday special.
Don't do it to yourself. Please don't do it to yourself.
Why is
What?
there a holiday
There is
special?
a holiday special.
No, seriously.
Not the new one. The old one.
Yeah, no, the new one's kind of funny, but like the old one, even Mark Hamill makes jokes about how bad the holiday special is. It's ridiculous.
I'm gonna have to now.
It did.
You could probably
I'm gonna
find
have
it on
to.
that,
Yeah. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh god.
Oh dear.
Yep.
But
Oh dear.
I have watched Mando season 2 now.
Hey.
Holy shit. Holy fuck!
This guy's
All right, no
so
spoilers.
I'm
Right,
not
do you know
gonna
what?
say
Do you know what?
anything.
Do you know what? Do you know what? For you two down below, Sasha and Ihsan, fuck y'all. All right. Let's go.
Hey,
full
you know
spoilers.
what? All okay. Allow me. All I have.
Fuck 'em.
You know what? The only thing I haven't watched is Mando. All right. And Clone Wars cartoon, but that's
can't
it. That's like the
believe-
only thing I haven't watched
Hold on.
is Mando.
I actually can't believe that Luke of all people has just dropped the fuck y'all full spoilers. What?
Because it right.
Would he do it?
Gave you a week, mate. Gave you a week. Gave you a week to watch.
Are
his
you
ma-
fully gonna
do you know-
spoil it?
Huh?
Would you fully spoil it?
I really want to.
Do you know
I
what?
really
Do you know
want
what?
to.
Please
Do you know
don't.
what? I'm inclined
Luke,
to
you
say
don't understand how
don't
much
care.
I hate spoilers. Like with a searing hot passion, I hate spoilers.
I know that
Like, this
Ihsan is
gen-
Ihsan's
like-
all on like Ihsan will kill you for spoilers, isn't it? I
I
honestly
genuinely hate them. Like
don't mind
searing hot passion.
because I know I haven't seen Star Wars. If this much of the spoiler will not ruin it for me, go on.
See, you're like, oh, see, this is the thing. This is why it stresses me. This is what family are like.
It's gonna
My
hurt
family
you.
like, oh, if it's not a spoiler, if it's alright. You're gonna watch it anyway. I'm like, no, because this
Are
is
you
this
gonna
is the
watch
thing.
it?
They've
are you gonna watch it?
yes, I will
Right, I'm
watch
gonna
it.
watch
I
it.
swear.
I'm giving you till next week. I'm giving you
What do you
till
mean?
till we next record.
Luke, I do
right?
not have this time frame. I do not have this time frame to do this.
Look, no, honestly,
Alright.
you could binge it in a day. If you have a day,
Can I binge the film? Can I binge the films in the rest of the day?
no.
Probably not.
No,
Unless you stayed up all
you
night.
cannot. No.
You could
Yeah,
if you
no.
if you really had
There's-
nothing else to do, you could probably do 1, 2,
Yeah.
3 in a day, 4, 5, 6 in
Yeah.
a day, 7, 8, 9. But I don't know why you'd want to do that to yourself.
Yeah.
Just
I
do
feel like
7
I'm
and
gonna
9.
enjoy those, you know.
They're alright.
I think I'm gonna be that one person.
Stop it.
No, because no,
To be
because I saw
fair,
the
your
posters.
favorite
And
MCU
I saw-
film was Ant-Man
Yeah,
and the Wasp.
exactly,
So like,
exactly.
you never know.
No, but that was really. Oh, it's such a good film, though.
It is pretty good. It's so
Surprising.
to in the wind up to WandaVision, Marvel are doing this little mini series called Marvel Legends.
Okay. Oh.
And it's all
Oh,
it
yeah,
is.
yeah,
It's just
yeah,
like, it's just like a smash up of all the films. So the first two are on Wanda and Vision. And it's just all the most important scenes from all the films that they're in. So like when they were introduced in Age of Ultron, their conflict in Civil War, the love story in Infinity War, and then Endgame. I had a point.
I'm confused
point.
about what WandaVision.
You'll find it.
I'm
You'll
very
find it.
confused
I
about
know what it
WandaVision.
was.
I'm not gonna lie.
I know it was there.
Go on, Luke, dig deep.
It's gone. It's fucking gone.
Oh, what?
Well, podcast is fucked.
Marvel
ruined.
Legends.
Jesus.
Watching
Christ.
shit in a day.
It's a Sunday. This
We
is
were
Sunday.
talking
that's
about
why.
watching shit
Yeah,
in
no,
a day.
it's gonna fuck my head. Do you know what? If it does come back to me, I'll just like interrupt conversation to talk about it at some point later on.
That's fine.
But Ihsan, you were saying something
WandaVision.
about WandaVision.
WandaVision does fucking confuse me though, because I'm just baffed. Like, is this actually like Marvel comic? Like this shit happens, or just like
Yeah, well,
I'm very
it's-
confused about WandaVision.
It's MCU canon, isn't it?
Is it canon?
Yeah. Like it's
Oh right.
all the stuff that's gonna come out on Disney Plus is canon.
Well, it is now since they've like. Well, that was Star Wars. But go on, continue.
Yeah. But with WandaVision itself, this is the thing. No one really kind of knows what it's about. It's supposed to be. It's loosely based on. I think it was called Meet the Visions or something like that, which was a comic run, and it was about him and it was about Vision, a wife, a female version of Vision, and 2 kids, and it kind of discussed humanity and what obviously because they're androids and stuff. But it's also supposed to be based on a little bit of House of M, which is where Scarlet Witch kind of went mad. And
Yeah,
at the
I
end
mean,
of
I got that vibe of going mad
Yeah.
and like this is not reality, kind of like yeah.
from
I
what
got
from
that
what it
vibe from the
seems,
trailer.
bear in mind I haven't seen any of it, only the trailers. From what it looks like, it's just
Yeah.
a pocket universe kind of thing.
Yeah.
But each kind of level of madness is a different decade of TV shows. Starts off in the 50s, very kind of bewitched.
50s, yeah.
Moves into like that's the 70s.
House on the Prairie kind of shit. And then, yeah.
Which I'm really looking forward to. First 2
I
episodes out on
that's the
Friday.
thing. I was confused. Like, is this series, movie, TV?
Series.
Series. It
Is
is a series.
Loki a series?
Oh.
Loki's a series.
I cannot wait for that.
Yeah.
I'm itching for that. I was watching Endgame again today, and I was like,
It's gonna be kind of evil Loki, isn't it? Because it's before.
It's
his
Loki
kind of
without
reformation.
all of the character development.
Yeah.
I am slightly confused why the fuck he turns into like some kind of fucking international spy shit. I'm just like,
okay. Oh my god, Luke. Oh my god. Do you know what? I'm gonna let the expert do it.
but so I'm guessing
What?
it's Shield. It's Shield. It is Shield. It says
not
Shield,
Shield.
right? It's not Shield. Interesting. Is it some kind of anti-verse Shield? Kind of
It's,
like alternate universe Shield kind of thing.
From what I understand, it's the TVA, the Time Variance Authority. I really don't want to get into it because there's New Rockstars channel on YouTube do a fantastic breakdown and kind of theory on it. If you want to go and check that out, I would recommend it. I don't want to spoil it here just in case. But that's supposed to come out in like May.
See, that's the
we
thing.
got a
I don't
while
mind
for
about that because that's comics. Like that makes sense. Like
But
that's
all this
already
stuff
happened.
is comics though. All
It's
this stuff
exactly.
is comics.
I mean, Mandalorian, true, is also comics. I guess. I mean,
Well,
Yeah.
Mandalorian and all the Star Wars universe comes from George Lucas himself. Like, there's
Yeah.
Marvel then acquired comic book rights and made comic books that I don't think is canon anymore.
yeah, they
Well-
turned it to Legends. They called it Legends, right? And they made
Yeah,
it
so
like.
the-
What was the
Right.
company that took over? They started like continuing the comics after Lucas like lost the rights, and then they were like, "Well, nope, that
Wasn't it
that doesn't
Dark
count
Horse?
anymore."
Yeah,
Dark
Dark
Horse,
Horse had
something
the
like that,
original
yeah.
rights, but then
Yeah.
now it's Marvel Comics.
Now it's Marvel,
'Cause they've done the
so-
Vader
now it's Marvel
series,
Comics.
which is actually quite good.
Yeah.
But also before Disney acquired Lucas, there was a whole series of books like.
Yeah,
expanded
which
universe
he
books, are
which he
dope.
actually acknowledged, right? Lucas
Yeah,
actually acknowledged
yeah.
the books and was
Yeah,
like,
so
"This
that was all
makes
canon.
this is."
I
And
read
then they
one.
were just like, "Yep, nope."
Like, we had a couple in our school library. Oh, there we go. There's that sneeze.
I was waiting so long for that. I was waiting
5
so
minutes.
long for that.
Wait, was that just building up the whole time?
That
Yeah.
whole time.
Yeah,
Oh, I feel it in my chest.
I could sense the
It's so
energy.
hard right now. Oh.
That must have been awesome, man. I'm so happy for you.
You say your nipples were so hard. What?
Wow.
I'm so dead.
I perfected
Oh,
the
man.
art. I perfected the art of the dad sneeze as well. You know, the one that comes out of nowhere and just like 1,000 decibels loud. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I've got it. I've nailed it. You're lucky I didn't let one
Love
rip
it.
Shit.
Oh god. Oh god.
Oh,
Oh lord.
Oh man. So, what are we talking about today?
Ooh.
well, actually, funny enough, quite a bit of Star Wars.
Hey.
So, spoilers anyway, motherfuckers.
Let me just
Yeah,
start boiling the
fuck yeah.
kettle for some tea. Let me just start. Let me put the kettle on.
What?
Let me just watch
kinda-
the first
we
movie
kind of-
on my phone right
On your
now.
phone. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself. We're mostly going to be talking about the 8th one, so you know you got.
Oh god.
Is this the one that
It's
sucks?
got a while.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
doesn't matter
but-
about spoilers for this one.
But I saw all of the shiny posters and trailers, and it looked amazing.
Don't bother yourself.
It's a good looking
Just don't
film.
do it.
It is a good looking film.
Just don't.
Just
It's
shame the
so
script
disappointing.
sucks.
Well,
It's
here's-
so
okay.
disappointing.
Let's make it start because I do want to get into this. Hello, fellow humans. Welcome to episode 9. If only this was episode 8. If only this was episode 8, that would have been good coincidence.
Oh, God.
Coincidence. There we go. There's the word.
What episode is this?
This is 9th, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 9.
Yeah, we're veterans at this now. We're doing pretty alright.
The rise of the podcast.
Rise of the podcast.
Yeah.
Even that was a bad film.
Oh.
Shit.
You're gonna let me get through this fucking rewind.
Oh.
Really?
Hello,
back
fellow
it.
humans. Welcome to episode 9 of the Shimachine Navigation Podcast. My name is Luke, your host. I'm joined by Spike, Ihsan, and Sasha. Okay. I'll phrase it this way. Last episode, I think we talked a little bit about subverting expectations and why that doesn't always work. But it was in passing, and I kind of want to delve into that. Might be interesting to see why people have such high expectations and why subverting them doesn't always work. So, we're going to be asking why subverting expectations doesn't always work. I kind of want to start with why people have expectations in the first place. Like, where do you think that comes from?
A multitude of places. Like, so in the case of, so I'm going to use 2 examples here: Cyberpunk, which we spoke about last week, and Star Wars Episode 8. So in the case of Cyberpunk, like you said last week, Luke, they teased it years ago. So people already had those expectations. They knew they were working on it. Then when it came out, it was a buggy mess. But in the case of like Star Wars, there's this whole franchise going on. And then you've got this director that comes up and says, I can't wait to work, and I've got so many good ideas. I've been a fan of the Star Wars universe for so long. I'm going to be working with all these great people. And then it sucks. So people have expectations based on, I guess, what's come before it. So in the game, in game studios, what work they've done. CD Projekt Red did The Witcher 3, which is phenomenal. And then in the case of Star Wars, there's again the franchise.
But do you think so? With both those examples, like in terms of what came before, it's very easy to look at Witcher 3 and look at the finished product and look at how good that thing was. But when it released, like, it had half the amount of content because most of it's DLC, and it was a buggy mess when it first came out. Fair enough, maybe not as much of a buggy mess as Cyberpunk, but looking back on it, it seems like that part of it is forgotten, whilst all the expectation is still there. You know, and with Star Wars, I guess it's slightly different because people were always kind of on the fence with The Force Awakens. But I mean, you look back at the prequels, and they aren't anywhere near as good as I remembered them. Like, I went back and watched episode 2, and that probably is, in my opinion, worse than episode 8, just because it's so full. It's like molasses. You're just slogging through it, and it's like, this is just not entertaining whatsoever.
Until it gets halfway through with the arena scene, then it picks up, in my opinion. Like, all the Jedi come out, and then the Clone Wars starts. That's when it gets good.
So that's what I was about to say. Clone Wars then legitimizes that film. You know what I mean? So we kind of look back on the prequels and think, oh, that was a good era, because the Clone Wars legitimized it afterwards. I don't know.
I think half the reason the prequels are so beloved by a lot of fans now is because they made the choice to make the Clone Wars series. It gave so much context to what's going on and made you love other characters, so that when you re-watch the films, like Commander Cody, when Order 66 comes around, and Sasha.
We're talking about the TV shows, the Clone Wars.
Yeah,
the cartoon. See, I haven't seen this, right? That makes sense. Yeah, I haven't seen that.
But so you kind of fall in love with these characters like Cody, Rex, and then when it comes around to re-watching episode 3 and you see Cody shoot down Obi-Wan, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It gives you so much more emotion.
It adds backstory,
So, but
I want to take these two avenues even deeper. I'm going to start with Cyberpunk. What do you think people were expecting based on like The Witcher 3 and most, I guess, in a post Skyrim world? Because let's face it, that really feels like it kicked off this open world single player RPG kind of fad, or maybe not kicked it off, but just put a lot of focus on it. Yeah. What do you think people are then expecting from games these days? In that
Too
sense,
much?
I think it's just it's just the expectation of like more content, isn't it? Like it's not just more content. It's just like, I think with the open RPG, you're just expecting it to be more in depth, aren't you? Like you're expecting it to be like to have that higher level of immersion. Because I think with Cyberpunk 2077, I think the whole hype was, the cars, the body modification. It's that whole level of you're able to customize everything in your own little personal world to then explore this kind of massive sandbox, essentially. Well, it's not a sandbox game, but like this whole massive environment. So I think it's that kind of. I mean, there's the whole thing of expectations, with everything nowadays, actually. Everything's got to, be bigger and better. Everyone's got to get the newest this, and that's got to have how many more features, and, essentially capitalism. But,
our old friend.
Our old friend capitalism. But essentially, yeah, it's just that expectation of the next thing to be bigger and better, and next thing to be more in depth and have more features. So I think that ties into it a lot.
With video games, specifically, do you think that includes the level of writing, or is it more things that you can do?
See, that's interesting because
I want to say it depends on the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
for sure. I mean, I wouldn't expect amazing writing from GTA, although playing through the story. I think the story of GTA 5 is pretty sick, actually. And playing through it, I'm like, this is interesting. Like, I didn't expect it to take this turn. I never played the story.
I'll tell you what,
it's just messed about in the game.
It's not one of the best GTA stories by far.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it's the best one, but it's alright. It's better than what I expected it to be, as definitely.
Yeah. I mean,
but that's the kind of game.
Said,
I don't expect the story to be amazing.
Yeah. Like Sasha said, I think it really depends on the game. Like, in the case of GTA, I do not envy the developers at Rockstar at the moment, because how many rumours do you hear about GTA 6?
Yeah.
Oh
God.
How long is GTA 5
I feel like the
been
rumour
out?
mill and like as much as I enjoy watching them, the trailers and the kind of theories that come off trailers do tend to add to that level of hype and expectation. Especially with GTA 6.
Yeah.
Like, there are so many channels dedicated to. Do you know what? Even with Cyberpunk, there were so many channels dedicated just to Cyberpunk news. Every day there was like an upload of 10 minutes of information, brand new information, stuff like that.
Random
Kind of
shit.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stuff that's been recycled, and there's the hyperbolic. This confirmed 3 exclamation marks and like question mark stuff, and it's it adds to that thing. But to get back on track with the whole sorry, Spike, carry on.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, like, because GTA 5's been out for so long now.
Very
Did it come out on PS3? Am I right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it did. Yes, it did.
Fam, I remember playing it in secondary school, fam. Like,
It's been out in a whole.
You don't realize how
whole
old
gen.
GTA 5 is.
Jesus.
I was like, bruh.
So it's like, yeah.
That's 3 generations. 'Cause it's on PS5 as well. Jesus.
Yeah,
So
It's
they must
mad.
be working on GTA 6. They must be.
probably.
But
They've got to be, yeah.
the level
I
of
think it sounds like a
expectation-
Red Dead kind of thing. They're just keeping it quiet,
Yeah.
but like for that long.
I can imagine the updates they've been rolling out over the past few years with heists and extra like cosmetic stuff and the racing stuff as well has been enough to keep people at least at bay. because the
Yeah.
multiplayer is what took off. So
Mm.
at least they've got that going. I can't imagine they'd be sitting just doing nothing. Rockstar's
Yeah.
not. So yeah. More GTA 6.
But
Bring back
Yeah,
Vice City.
to be fair, there's been talk of that because the 6, the Roman numerals, are the first 2 letters of Vice City.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh damn.
Ooh. I mean, what was
Which
it? Did
big-
anybody? I think I showed Sasha the meme. It was a meme, and it was like, which city would you want GTA 6 to be in? It was like Tokyo, London, Miami.
Oh,
the
GTA
originals, and,
Tokyo.
like-
Oh,
and I was
shit.
like, imagine if it was in Tokyo, GTA in Tokyo or London. GTA in London.
And then I
GTA in
said
London
there
would be
was
lit.
GTA London,
But there
which was actually GTA 2, which was a top-down on Game Boy. It was actually really good, but obviously nothing like the later ones.
Yeah,
So,
But
I didn't know that. See, but
The
GTA
rumour
Tokyo
mill,
would be
as-
mad.
Luke said, definitely just stokes the fire of this expectation.
Mm.
Well,
No-
it's
no-
like with like especially with films, because I feel like with games you can report on so much, but there's only so much you can actually kind of get a feel for until you're playing the game,
Yeah.
because everything is a kind of subjective playthrough, right? It's like it's akin to the Pokemon theory that every version of the every chip is its own universe, right?
Yeah.
Because it's entirely personal to you. But with like films and stuff, because you're actually showing footage more often than not that's actually going to be in the 2-hour or whatever experience that you're
Yeah.
going to watch. It's easier to kind of speculate. I think trailers are kind of very dangerous with that. But with The Last Jedi, because of all the, they had shown Luke coming out of retirement towards the end of one of the trailers. They had hyped up Snoke and whoever the hell Rey's parents were going to be in the first one. Again, the rumor mill gets started. There's so much to talk about, and then ultimately it's at odds so much with what Rian Johnson's ideas were that it was never going to succeed. But talking specifically of Rian Johnson and his kind of, I mean, JJ tries to do this as well, but this kind of need to subvert expectations, to kind of keep things interesting. Where do you think that kind of idea, and why has it become so popular?
I think because it makes it memorable. Like, if I see a film and then it completely subverts my expectations and I completely didn't see a twist happening, I remember that film. So I remember how fucking good that was. If it works. But that memorability, is that a word? Can also be really against you. In the case of The Last Jedi, it was memorable because it was shit.
For the wrong reasons,
Yeah. So, and because it subverted everyone's expectations in a bad way, well, for the majority of people in a bad way, a lot of people are a fan of the film. But, yeah, I think yeah.
Do you think that's kind of the consumer's fault for having expectations in the first place?
No, I think expectations are necessary for everything. You have to have expectations for something. Otherwise, I'm trying to explain this well. Having expectations is what makes you want to go see something. Because you want to see how something plays out. I wouldn't watch a trailer and not take it. If I don't take anything from a trailer, I'm not going to go see the film. Because it's not going to excite me. Because from a trailer, I want to see how something plays out, and I'm going to have expectations. I'm going to have my own theory. I'm going to have this and that. So, yeah.
So
I think it's
why does...
interesting.
Oh, go on.
I think expectations are somewhat unavoidable, actually, because as humans, we imagine shit. We think about shit. Oh, but what if that? What if? The whole you saw the Google ad. The whole question was like, why or what if? Most asked question in 2020 or whatever. And I was like, well, yeah, we naturally wonder about shit, you know. So I think expectations are kind of unavoidable. It's also that level of anticipation, you know. Anticipation. You're like, okay, I can't wait to see this. Can't wait to see this. Oh, what if this happens? What if? And you just get excited about shit. So even if you don't, you're trying to keep your expectations at a minimum. Your brain's still fucking whirring in the background. Like, but if this happened, that would be sick. But if that happened, that would be sick. So I think expectations are unavoidable to a certain extent, because how are you gonna top what you did before? How are you gonna bring that audience back again to watch it, you know, to make them interested again? Because if it's shit, you're probably gonna lose a lot of followers for your series, you know.
And with a franchise as big as Star Wars, you're gonna have so many expectations. Like, even if it's small, like, oh, I expect to see a lightsaber. Small, but still an expectation. But yeah, then there's going to be other things. You've got all this expanded universe stuff, and I don't know if you watch Star Wars Theory.
Occasionally, yeah.
So he's quite good, I think, because he prefixes everything by saying, "This is just a theory. This is my ideas." But a lot of them also make sense when you come watching it, and then it may not be an expectation, be like, oh, that'd be really cool if that happened, and then it doesn't happen, you're a bit disappointed.
yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
But okay, so to compare then two instances of that in big franchises, obviously you got The Last Jedi, which kind of went off the rails, versus something like Infinity War that I guess that it did for the average moviegoer who doesn't, know too much about the comics. You're not going to expect the bad guy to win.
No.
You know what I mean? I guess it's kind of the impact is kind of lessened for fans of the comics, I guess. But even then, I still had my expectations subverted, I guess, when I watched that for the first time.
Were you shocked, Luke?
I was, because I knew he was going to win at some point, or collect all the stones at least. I didn't think he'd get them all that quick. I didn't think he'd get them all in one film. I thought it was going to spill over into Endgame, or Infinity War Part 2, as it was going to be called then. And the good guys would win somehow, and all that jazz. I wasn't expecting all of that to happen. I thought what would subvert my expectations even more is if he didn't collect all the stones at all, stuff like that, But the way they handled it and juggled it, again, I'm biased. It's my favorite franchise, so I'm kind of going to accept most of what they do. Is pretty cool anyway. But still, why was there such a difference, do you think, in how they A, approached it, and B, executed it in a way?
I think in the case of Marvel, they built it up for such a long time. Thanos is looking for these stones. That was drilled into you for a long time. Thanos has kept popping up in the background. He wasn't the main character, but he was in the back, always toying with things. So when there was a big thing about it, and he was really going for the stones, then I don't know. You kind of, like you said, you expect him to get the stones, but for it to all happen that quickly, and also have the superhero trope, especially in Marvel, where the hero always wins, see them lose, you're not expecting it. But I think it worked because it made sense in continuity. Something like The Last Jedi, honestly, you could skip out The Last Jedi and go 7 to 9 and still be in tune with what's going on. It doesn't really add or take anything away, and it doesn't really make sense in continuity, personally.
Okay.
Fair.
So it all depends on the writing then. As a writer then, Ihsan, how Well, firstly, how's the writing thing going? Actually,
It's going okay. Yeah, it's going okay. Just plodding through writing this short play I'm writing. Yeah, on this course. So we're back after Christmas break this Wednesday. So we're gonna be presenting what we've written over the Christmas break this Wednesday. So yeah, slightly shitting myself.
Is it a suspenseful one? Is it what
It's
kind of?
I've kind of
expectations.
I don't know. I've kind of planned it out as a whole kind of series idea. So I feel like the beginning is a little bit slow right now because it's in the building phase. You know what I'm saying? So I've kind of I don't know if I've given myself too much to do, as in I've kind of planned this out as a series of shit, and now but I don't know. I'm trying to put in suspense. I'm trying. So
how do you approach that as a writer? Having discussed all this stuff and the kind of expectation thing, how do you approach that and juggle that?
I think it's always got to be a slow boil. It's like
How
a kettle. It's got to
your process has to be a slow boil, or the actual writing of it.
The actual. So what I'm talking about is the following of the story.
Gotcha.
As in, so the way you've written it. So as Spike said, in Marvel, Thanos is looking for the stones. It might deviate, but we know Thanos is looking for the stones. It might not follow Thanos' story the whole time, but we know one in the background. And I think even if you take the view or the eye, the view of the story away from what's going, is you've always got to have it boiling in the background, because then people's minds run and people's minds fill in the blank. It's a very natural thing for us to fill in blanks. So even if we're not discussing something, I think we take what we're given and we still think about that thing. Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay, I gotcha.
So I think it's always got to. I might be chatting out my ass, to be honest, but I mean, process-wise, I think you've always got to keep your goal in mind and make sure it makes sense. Sometimes I've even thought, okay, for me personally, I've had a thought, okay, what do I want the ending to be like? And let me think my way backwards so that it makes sense. That's a whole triangle in the writing example, the thing, I'm sure you guys have heard of it, that triangle of the suspense. It goes up to a peak and then it comes back down.
Yeah.
So I don't
the
know.
hero's journey.
Yeah,
right?
something like
Or
that.
is that-
Yeah.
Something's triangle. I don't know. I can't remember. But I've always tried to think of it this shit needs to make sense. You've got to see how this built up, So if you want to reach, and if you want to have a twist, I'm not the most amazing writer, to be honest. I don't know all the ins and outs of writing. But... Did you say boo?
Yeah, I
I
did.
think he did, yeah.
Yeah, I did say boo. Little sprinkle of self-depreciation. Stop it.
Oh god. If you want to subvert expectations, I don't know, man, because it just can't be unbelievable. You've got to set it up so that the subvert is believable. And that's the thing I felt with Star Wars. They kind of, it's not that it wasn't believable, but it just was done in such a way where the story was so janky and kind of just oh okay, this, oh okay, and then it just completely, and then to have that whole twist at the end of, oh, this is her parents, you guys are a dyad in the Force. It just felt stuck on.
Yeah.
It just felt stuck on, and it was just
Do you think
this...
that, especially with the sequels, because they had so much obviously the first one was by JJ, the second by Ryan Johnson, and the third one by JJ again. Like, do you think that inconsistency doesn't help either?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
sure. It's
because-
gonna affect it. It has to. It will.
For the Last Jedi anyway, they were meant to have a third director.
That's-
Yeah. Oh.
Didn't
Why?
he get fired because of something, and then they just got JJ in anyway?
Yeah.
Just keep one director.
Tell them
Make the story consistent.
There's no point. Like, what? I mean, there was the whole thing with, like, it reveals in the end about Snoke and how he was meddling in the situation. Like, even for a subversion of expectations, you've got to hint at the subversion for it to then click and make sense. So, like,
It's like go on.
Go. What are you saying?
Just comparing it to another example in Star Wars, A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. When in A New Hope he says, "Oh, your father was killed in the Clone Wars. This was your father's lightsaber." And then in Empire, Darth Vader's like, "I am your father."
I am your father.
And you're like, "Yo, that's mad."
What?
But
Yeah.
it works because it was hinted at and it was built up.
Exactly. In Star Wars, it's just like there was, like, I mean, we wondered, okay, who were her parents? But they just felt like, just what? And the whole thing about the both, I was just like, what? Hold
And
up. What?
apparently, according to Daisy Ridley, they had no idea who her parents were either, right up until the end.
What?
Yeah, they kept saying like, "Oh, maybe you're Luke's daughter, maybe you're Obi-Wan's daughter,
So, yeah.
maybe you're Palpatine's daughter," and then it went back to Obi-Wan, and then eventually it was like,
I'm
"Oh,
just
sticking with
not
Palpatine."
even gonna watch it at this point. I'm just not even.
You know
gonna
what the thing is?
bloody
I've been
bother.
trying to
I
keep it-
swear
We're
down.
talking 7, 8, 9. You can skip those ones. It's
Yeah,
alright.
exactly. We'll just stick-
Also, we're
just
trying to.
explain.
I'm
We'll
trying
make
to
it
keep
better for
details
you.
out. I'm just saying this
Oh,
about this.
God.
What tangentially and kind of like very, very tangentially, like almost perpendicular tangentially. Who would you have preferred to be Rey's parents?
You know what? Okay.
Obi-Wan.
I actually like who it was. It just could have been done so much better.
Yeah, it really could have.
I actually like yeah.
Yeah. But I just really want to have an excuse to bring back Ewan McGregor, which he is in the Obi-Wan series.
What a legend.
Get in there.
The Obi-Wan
his
series
range.
looks sick. It looks
range.
is it out? It's not out yet, is it? No, I don't
No,
think
not
it is.
yet.
No, not yet.
Also,
I
can
think
we
It
they're
does
currently
look
filming
sick.
Can we
They're filming
appreciate
it,
the
yeah.
fact that Hayden Christensen's coming back as well?
Oh
I
my
know, bless
god.
his little heart.
Oh my
I
god.
can't wait.
Yo,
I can't
the
wait.
prodigal son returns.
The chosen one.
The chosen one. Oh, was he?
Oh, see,
Da, da, da.
when it's good, man. When it's
So
good, it's
good.
good.
Yeah.
The Mandalorian's good.
Yeah, you should probably watch that.
All
Sasha
right,
hates us
jeez.
right now.
Get the message. All
I'm
right.
like half falling asleep.
Wanker.
Get the fuck out of bed then.
Get the fuck
No.
out of bed.
Okay, I want to move on to video games and stuff.
Can we take a quick break? I really need a pee.
Wow.
Just, yeah.
I have the title card for this. I made a
Alright, I'll be
we're
back
having
in a
technical
second. Go.
difficulties title card, so we can just put it up on screen. I'll send it to you, Sasha.
Proceed.
Moving off of Star Wars, just so Sasha doesn't, disappear. I remember actually talking to Sasha about a couple of video games. One of what I understand, one of your favorite franchises, Kingdom Hearts,
Oh, here we go.
and Kingdom Hearts 3. And I kind of want to talk about the distinction between
Oh, no.
actual genuine disappointment
Oh no.
versus a creative choice that just didn't align with what you expected. Because for me personally, The Last of Us Part 2, I wasn't disappointed by it, but it took a narrative choice that I didn't expect. It subverted my expectations in a way that I was like, okay, I actually I get what they're going for, I enjoy this. Versus something like, what game have I played that I didn't enjoy? Uncharted. guess, because I just really cannot stop shitting on those games.
I hate you so much.
Because it did absolutely nothing.
You shouldn't have played 4. Did you play 4 first?
I didn't play 4 first.
Oh, did you not?
I did 1, 2, and 3 in that order. I didn't get to 4 because I didn't even finish 3. I was so pissed off at 3. I was like, I just can't. But that was genuinely disappointing for me because it felt like nothing progressed. Yeah, so how do you guys feel about that distinction?
So, Kingdom Hearts 3, yeah. It's funny you said it's either the creative decision you're like, okay, cool, like it's not what I expected, but I get it and I'm cool with it, or I'm just flat out disappointed. The thing about Kingdom Hearts 3 is that it's kind of in between, because no one really expected Kingdom Hearts 3 to be the big end that they said it was going to be. Like, you don't get so many fans over a 10 game series over several platforms to end it all with one game. Like, of course they weren't going to do that. I expected them to, yes, open up the path to a new kind of, nice light change, new kind of, storyline or, path of thought, which they did, but in terms of tying up the last one, it was a really shitty knot, It was a really lazy knot. Like, okay, this is done now, new stuff, Like, ultimately, the main villain just gave up. They basically said, can you just stop now? And then they were like, he was literally like,
friendship.
Fine. He literally just said, fine, okay then. And then he just died. That was it.
That's
like,
bad.
Okay, cool. And then main character does something stupid that, like, it wasn't even like he just did something stupid that just made a whole kind of line of possible things that could happen. He could have just not done that. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not even like it was justified. Like, there was no outside force that made things happen, like, oh, it's not even over. Like, no, the main character just couldn't be happy with an ending. It's like, no, let me do something mad. I'm on a run. Ridiculous. But yeah, I'm scared for the future of that series. But also excited, but more so scared.
Thank you for that brief summary.
You're very welcome. You're so welcome.
Why do you think they made that choice?
Money.
One is money.
Money.
What is money?
Capitalism.
One is money, and 2 is literal just being tired. I think the developer, or what's it, the lead character guy designer person, Tetsuya Nomura, literally said, yeah, like, we needed to finish with this. Like, it did just drag on for too long. Like, he agreed. He was like, yeah, no, we needed to get it done. Because it also coincided with the development of Final Fantasy VII Remake as well. Like, ending the story actually played a part in the delays of another game.
Okay. You know what's interesting? I find it interesting. Might be a reason. You ever get that feeling where people who make something that's successful, and they're just like, let's just see how much shit we can get away with this.
Transformers.
and how much people will still love
fucking dinosaurs.
Literally, I think about this with music a lot, because I feel sometimes there's a lot of lazy music made, and it's just they're like, let's see how much people will just accept it, So I think.
Who the fuck is this D'Amelio girl?
The who?
Who the fuck is it D'Amelio, or whatever her name is? Dixie D'Amelio, whatever.
I swear she's on TikTok.
Talk ticker.
Is she doing music now?
One day, I was really, really sad.
What?
Lyrics from her song that has more listens than Frank Ocean.
Has more than Frank Ocean.
One day. Is this one
I was really, really sad.
Just brought up at Spotify.
I'm sorry.
Lads,
lyric writing is so lazy.
This is why we've taken to TikTok. If you're watching this video, scrap all of this. Just go in the bio. Just click this link. You're gonna have the best time. Hold on.
One of the things I did kind of, in terms of music, that I get constantly subverted, or I don't know why I have expectations for, is every time I put a different David Bowie album on. Obviously, because of the anniversary of his death a couple of days ago, just kind of thought I'd listen to some of his stuff. And you want to talk about range? Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Black Star constantly makes me depressed.
Yeah, that one's
but
hard.
it's really good.
That one's hard.
Such good.
It is brilliant, but it's hard.
It's hard to get through, man. Again, I had a point, and it's gone. This is just not my day today.
For fuck's sake,
No.
mate.
It's a Sunday.
It's a Sunday. So see, I don't work on Sundays.
No.
Oh god.
I should be thinking. Oh, come on, it's right on tip of my tongue. Which is really
David Bowie. Black Star.
I guess in
Expectations
terms
of David
of
Bowie.
in terms of music, do you think expectations come from the same place? Because there's, you don't have trailers for albums.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, where do you think that comes from?
I think expectations for music is interesting because it's flipped. It's interesting. It's flipped, right? Because I think a big thing for this for me was D'Angelo. Actually, my parents went to see D'Angelo and they were thoroughly disappointed by the stuff he was doing, and that's it. With music, it's you make this. This is your sound. We like this. Don't change.
Yeah.
And then you do, and it's like, whoa, what the fuck is this? Whoa. And sometimes it can go very well, like, oh, I didn't expect you to make this sound. This is sick.
Lady Gaga.
Recently for me, Sam Smith. Have you heard
Opposite
Diamonds?
for me.
What's he doing now? I haven't actually
Have you
listened
heard
to
Diamonds? Diamonds
No.
bags. Sam Smith was very average for me.
Is Luke
I
not
just
on
didn't
it?
like Sam. I just
Is
didn't
it
listen to Sam Smith.
Is it a no from Luke?
It's
a
a no from Luke. You know what?
I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not Diamonds. That song, it bangs. I was like, that's sick. But I don't know if that's even like he went away from his sound. I don't know. I feel like
What-
Sam Smith.
do you know-
I don't
what
think it's even. It went away from his sound. The problem with newer stuff is I feel like it has to all sound the same.
Yeah.
It's the same with, and I've noticed this recently. Sia, the Australian artist. She has the same vocal lines and stuff, just kind of slapped up every so often with music that sounds very, very similar to music that she's already come out with. And it's not that to kind of defend my own opinion, I guess. It's not that it's different music enough for me to be disappointed by it. It's just that it's not different enough that I'm so disappointed nothing's kind of moved on. But carry on. Sorry to hijack your point.
I don't know.
But
I just find it. Yeah, it's.
But
what the fuck is my point? I can't remember. God's mic.
it also works the other way. It's really stupid because a good example of this is like Green Day. Okay, so they released 3 albums in Dawson Trey.
Yeah, I remember.
They were all very different, and there's some fucking bangers on those albums. And they're all really well done, they're well written, well produced, but people shat on them because it wasn't Dookie. Basically. But then again, if they kept releasing albums that sound exactly the same as Dookie, they wouldn't be where they are. Because everyone should be like, oh, they just release the same old shit, they're never going to move anywhere. So it's especially music, and I find especially in the rock and metal scene, it's such a toxic atmosphere where if you sound the same as your old albums, people move on because it's not new, but if you do new stuff, people are upset with you because it's not the same as your old stuff.
Right.
So there's just nowhere to go.
I really want to say,
Bring Me Rise and suffer from that recently.
I really want to say this applies to Coldplay as well. Every time I've had an argument with someone about Coldplay, they've been like, they're so boring though. I was like, what was the last Coldplay album you listened to? and they usually say, "Oh, you know, like yellow and clocks," and I'm like,
You're breaking up mad, by the way, G.
Yeah, you it sounds
Is it?
like a Daft Punk album at the moment.
"Is it? Wait, oh wait, oh no, no, I can't do this
Daft
again.
Punk slap.
Oh my god. All right, what about now? Has it fixed itself?
Oh, vibe it.
Is it? No. Oh.
Someone sample this real quick.
I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know what we're gonna do. This is problematic.
Oh no, there you go.
You're back.
There
You're
you
back.
go,
Is it back?
You're good. Hello.
Is it back? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I'll just do a.
And it's gone again.
Wait, it's gone.
No, don't. No. Oh.
My man's
And you're back.
crispy.
You're actually you're not that terrible now. Quick, get the
Right.
point out.
Okay. Point. New Coldplay is very different from old Coldplay, and a lot of the time people hate on Coldplay. They're talking about old Coldplay, which also makes no sense because everyone says the only time Coldplay was good was when they were older. So it's kind of all just a contradicting argument of people not being able to decide whether they want old Coldplay or new Coldplay in the first place.
Yeah. Fair.
So then, to kind of wrap everything up in one little kind of bow, the need to kind of change and evolve and subvert expectations and stuff, is that an inherent thing that all creatives have to do you think?
Yeah.
I guess for music it's kind of it probably is important to stay interesting.
For things
that
to
applies
move,
to all the other ones.
yeah, for things to move forward, things have to be innovative and change and evolve. And you're never gonna change and evolve and create something new if you stay exactly where you are. And that's the same with everything. Doesn't matter if it's an art form or a science. If you don't try something new, nothing's ever going to change.
Yeah. I think it's interesting that it's very true. Nothing is going to change, but I think you have to stay truthful. That's the thing, and you have to stay truthful to what it is you originally did. Otherwise, people are going to disconnect. Like, you've got to, you know, you can't just jump on, oh, there's someone else doing this is sick, and jump on it. Like, imagine if, I don't know, fucking, like, I don't know, like, Daft Punk dropped all the synth and all the voice synthesizers and just did, oh yeah, we're gonna make a new album. And went acoustic. And we were just
album.
like, what? What the fuck?
Yeah.
No, hold up. You know,
But there's a way to get around this. You start off doing whatever the fuck you want. Like a good example is Oliver Tree. If you listen to his new album, you're not surprised by any of the sounds on it because he's always done any sound he wants to. So yeah.
I think, you know what's
Go for it,
interesting?
do a country album.
Why not? Fuck it. This made me think. One person, Niall Horan, from One Direction, my personal opinion, the most successful after One Direction, not just money wise, but like as in artist wise. I know some people are gonna dislike because Harry Styles and Sign of the Times, and I feel
Harry
like
Styles has done bits.
I don't care for them either way, but you can't deny Harry Styles has had a lot of success.
he's a
I'm
very
not saying
good
successful.
songwriter.
As I said, not money wise, like success wise. I'm just talking about. I think artist wise, I think Niall's done the best. I think he's like.
Interesting.
I don't know. I just feel like I prefer Niall to Harry Styles. I prefer.
I can't believe we're having this conversation. Which member of One
This
Direction
is
is
subverting
your favourite?
expectations right now. This is
Why?
expectations,
I
man.
prefer. All I'm gonna say is I prefer Niall to Harry Styles. I'm not saying he's done now. Harry Styles is
Okay,
bad.
you're wrong, but that's fine. You know.
How am I wrong? If I
You're
prefer
very
Niall
wrong.
to Harry
You're
Styles,
very wrong.
how?
I must say, I think Harry
I'm
Styles
kidding, man.
is like a fantastic songwriter.
Fair.
And since he left
I'm
One
not trying to
Direction-
bag on Harry Styles. Saying
No,
he's bad.
yeah.
I just
But
prefer Niall
since-
to Harry Styles.
That's fair. It's your opinion.
Wow! Wow! See, this is a brain mindset. I didn't expect all of you to be Harry Styles fanboys.
Oh, Spike just
Look
gave
at
me a
my
new
hair,
kind of
I'm
life,
Stan,
man.
innit?
Shit.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I just prefer
Bloody hell.
Harry Styles. Harry Styles. Fuck off. I just prefer Niall to Harry Styles, and I think. What was I gonna say? My original point is gone because of all you man's judgment. Yeah. Right.
One of those days, man.
All right. Fucking shame wizards.
Final,
all of you. The
final
lot
point.
of you.
Good versus bad writing. Yeah, like I feel like there's a lot of you can kind of lump bad writing and subverting expectations into one kind of pile more often than not. That might be a personal kind of opinion thing, but what do you think? I know we've talked about being consistent within universe and franchise and stuff like that, but what do you think makes differentiates that good writing? Case I'm thinking of is the entire way through God of War 2018. You're with Atreus, you're with your son, and then right at the end of the game, spoilers, he's like, my name in Jotun is Loki. And it makes all the sense in the world. Yeah, makes all the sense in the world because his runic attacks are all animals. He can speak to the Midgard serpent. He's half giant, half god. And he has like this ability to he's really good with languages. Like he's like there's a whole little like not side quest per se, but there's Anyway, what do you think the difference is there? Is it, do we kind of label good writing as stuff that subverts our expectation that we enjoy, or like how do you think they're kind of connected? How do you feel connected personally?
It made sense. That's good writing, because they had all the tidbits in there before. You see what I mean? They had all the tidbits in there. See how you were easily able to connect the dots and like that makes sense. Shit.
Yeah.
But like I could say that I could then say that because I don't agree with that choice, I could ignore all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure but kind of see things into like the Last Jedi, or choose not to see certain things into the Last Jedi and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Or
but see, the thing is
like
with
Knives Out.
Mm.
Okay.
No, but the thing is,
right.
the facts were undeniable. You get what I'm saying? With the, the Loki thing, the facts were undeniable. This happened. This happened. This happened. Well, it had to. There's not that wavering kind of like, but no, I'm just gonna ignore that. No. Like this is what it was, and that makes sense now. Do you get what I'm saying? Kind of thing. So I don't know. But yeah, go on, continue your point, Luke.
I was really hoping someone would disagree with me there. It would be more of a discussion, but
it's alright, we can go back to Niall Horan if you want.
Oh wow. Fair.
This is probably the most meta episode we've had. We subverted our own expectations.
What, the fact that I like Niall Horan?
No, the fact that we had to discuss that was new.
Fair. Maybe it's not that big a fan.
Alright, any shout outs, anything we're doing on the podcast?
What's up, guys? Dubsash again. Audio messed up, but Luke left me space for the plug, so let's get it. There's a lot of things going on right now. I've been slaving away making our music sound shiny before announcements. Big thing here is the TikTok beats. Been slow on them with everything going on, but we're packing them anyway. Getting more creative with content ideas, so generally just stay tuned. Sub to the YouTube channel, check out the TikTok, check out the Instagram, check out all the individuals, just stay on it. Insert potato joke, and back to you, Luke.
You absolute madman. Right. Thank you guys for watching this episode. Thank you for sitting through our discussion about One Direction people.
How is this potato? God.
Remember to take care, be kind to yourself, to others, and until we see you again,